Yeah, just working on my engineering here. Might as well. Server's only got a few more weeks. Gonna see how I can get on this Paladin and try out this different build, the Seal Command build. Gives the Paladin a chance to deal additional holy damage to 100%. I do like engineering on my Paladin. I was really trying to get the burnished breastplate to go with my burnished gloves, burnished leggings, and burnished belt, but I couldn't find it. There is a burnished boot, but it's not that good, and it's too high priced. And I've got the burnished shield. I just want to look good when I'm leveling. Alright, so we're at 52. Let's go ahead and hit the trainer. We made what? 20? Looks like we made 20 bolts. Okay, we do need one arclight spanner. And probably some copper bombs, which require copper bars, rough blasting powder. Fortunately, I don't have a lot of rough blasting powder. Wish I had more. But we do have some coarse stone. I should have bought some rough stone, to be honest. Rough stone usually sells pretty cheap. We've only got 20 of these, 20 of the copper bolts, so let's make some more. Maybe make like 8 more. Probably should make the copper bolts until they don't level me up anymore, until the green turns gray. Which my guess would be, would be 60. Because I'm 55 right now and it's green. I need to get to 20. It's 3 levels. I need to get into Dead Mines. So let me try to finish out the Dead Mines quests. Or at least get as many of them I can, just see if I can get into a group. Not really set up to tank though. How many bolts we got? Let's just make 2 more. I don't want to have too many. That's close enough to 60. Now we've got the rough copper bombs. Nice thing about those is they actually stun targets in 3-yard races, which is a great way to just peel mobs off you when you're trying to run away. Or to help peel mobs off other people in a group. Okay, 65. I do need an arc-like spanner. Cover tube. Copper modulator. Do need an arc-like spanner. And let's go ahead and make. We'll just make some copper modulators just to level, just to skill up. I would imagine maybe 75 or 80 we get to the point where we'll be making coarse blasting powder. But I could be wrong. Let's just make flux. Make a copper tube. I'll make a rough boomstick. Just trying to get to level 75 here. So I actually already got to it, but let's go ahead and make a rough boomstick. Maybe we can sell it for something. We just need a wooden stock, which I thought she sold. I thought she sold that. Oh, that's weird. Guess not. Stock. Yeah, see, coarse blasting powder. Coarse dynamite. I think leveling engineering is a lot easier than leveling blacksmithing, in my opinion. No. Level 17. trying to think of like what other questing area we can do at this level. For some reason I'm coming in a little bit under. There are some quests in Lakeshore I could do. I'd like to get to like... The problem is as a protection paladin, or whatever you want to call me, because right now I'm kind of ret protection, that people are going to want you to tank. And I don't have Consecrate right now, so that's makes tanking a little bit more difficult in Dead Mines. Alright, of course Dynamite requires Linen Cloth, which I only have one. Okay. We're good. Let's head back to the bank and just try to clear some inventory out. Let's go ahead and move this back. Move this down a little bit. I just like getting people all riled up, spam some Latin there for them. Yeah, we need to clear out some of my inventory. Because it's kind of a mess. Yeah, quest-wise, we do have a quest here, which is interesting. Oh, I guess it's just because we can get that stuff up there, but we've got... It's like it's saying I have... Let me check my bank. It's saying I can turn in the one quest, but I don't have all the materials. What am I missing? This one. Gorta Snout, Okra. I don't see any of the region, materials in here for that. Which is, so we've got Gorta Snout, 3. Okra, plenty, 3. Murloc Eye, 3. And the Striggy Vulture Meat, 3. So I should be able to turn this quest in. The last time I went out there to turn it in, it wouldn't let me, so it's kind of strange. Alright, so let's get rid of some of these materials. Whoa, that was weird. Where'd it go? It didn't like it. I guess it did go in. Just kind of was delayed. What else can we put in there? Bank is full. We've actually got more copper ore. Let's see. Well, I screwed up. I've done this once before, and I actually went over here to the Stone Cairn Lake to resurrect the guy, and I resurrected him, but then he gives me another quest, and I accepted it, and I thought it was just the return to Stormwind, but it wasn't. He actually wants me to kill one of the casters there to get an item, and so now I've got to run all the way back there, which Just kind of irritates the shit out of me. This one, see, we need a device script. So the best way to get there is to actually fly to Lakeshire and then run back. It's a little bit faster than running from here all the way there. It's the first time I've seen the rain all day long. And wow, and normally I see it all the time. Tower of Anthlax. That's much. Oh, tired. So this is going to be an interesting build. We'll get our 3 out of 3 deflection, then we can get our seal command. So I just need to get 3 more levels here. Just need to get to 20. Once I get seal of command, the question is, do I want to get pursuit of justice or not? So let me do a quick search. Vanilla Paladin leveling guide build. There's a new guide that was just posted a few days ago. Paladin's introduction, best questing zones. Let's take a look at this. Paladin leveling talents. Paladin leveling rotation. This is actually a pretty recent guide. Best questing zones, Dark Shore, Lochmoden, Westfall, Redwood Mountains, Duskwood, Wetlands. These are all pretty much the ones I've been doing. I haven't done Lochmoden. It's 10 to 18. Well, I'm already kind of almost past that. Oh, he's going holy. This is a weird. He's saying before 22, you want to spec into holy and get... This is really strange. So improve Blessing of Might. This is weird. Improve Blessing of Might, and then get Divine Strength. Improve Seal of Righteousness. Then respec at 22. Okay, well this makes me feel a little better because his respec at 22 has him going, but he's not using Benediction. He's going Improve Blessing of Might. So that's pretty interesting, which is actually not a bad idea. I never thought about that. But if you improve Blessing of Might, it's going to give you a 20% increase on your Blessing of Might. Whew, it's going to mean your Blessing of Might is awfully strong. Let's go ahead and grab all the quests over here and just start doing the Lakeshire quest. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. But right now, to respec, I'd have to put 5 talent points into it. I mean, sorry, 5 gold. So I'd never seen this guide before, though, so this is actually fairly interesting. Let's run over here and kind of hide. All right. And then he's saying, okay, now he's saying 22. Now 22 to 60. Okay, he's going full ret. Interesting. Why Retribution? Talents have a lot of synergy with each other between Deflection, Conviction, 2 Animal Association, and Vengeance. Simply all attack away you get through most of your leveling content. Well, see, I'm going more of a protection build, so I'm kind of going with a Seal Command protection. But what's interesting here is the improved Blessing of Might over Benediction. Which, since I switch seals a lot, I thought that the mana savings on Benediction would have been nice. Seal Command, Righteousness, Blessing of Might. You always have an aura up, at least you should. Picking character or situation is going to be key when you're playing your Paladin while leveling. A good example is using Devotion Aura to reduce incoming damage or Sanctity Aura to increase outgoing damage. Early on, you'll be using Seal of Righteousness up until 22. I would suggest to use Seal of Command for simplicity's sake. Judgment is very mana and has the ability to use on cooldown. Usually, you should be auto-attacking for full duration of your seal. Paladin's signature abilities are Blessings. You'll probably be using Blessing Eye most of the time. Beyond auto-attacking, Paladin brings some of the most utility out of the game. Blessing Protection, Blessing Freedom, Hammer, Justice, Divine Shield. Interesting. Best gear for leveling. Bone Biter, the Rock Pounder, Stone Slayer. Starting at weapons 3. Starting at level 3, you can find weapon upgrades from your local merchant. Pretty good. Weapons from quests. I usually play Horde. It's worth noting that both factions can get amazing upgrades from quests. So you can get the Bone Biter from doing Scarlet Monastery. That is a nice weapon. So once again, this doesn't surprise me that he is going more, two-hand. Okay. So the only thing I learned by looking at that guide is possibly going improved Blessing of Might. So that's interesting, I gotta admit. Because I never thought about going that way. Just because you do use a lot of mana switching seals and using your judgment. So I wonder if let me take a look at this again. The question is, does he put 2 points? See, and he doesn't go Prove Judgment, which would make sense because if you're not going Benediction, then to get the reduced cost of your judgment, then you wouldn't need Improved Judgment. You wouldn't be using Improved Judgment. He does get Pursuit of Justice, which makes sense. So I think, once again, this happens to me every time I play this game. Every time I start playing with around the specs, I think I would like to respec again. And probably go with Improved Blessing of Might, dump Improved Judgment, go all Deflection. So Improved Blessing of Might 5/5, Deflection 5/5. And then, Seal of Command, Pursuit of Justice. And at that point, I don't know. It's so funny that I don't think about. Anyways, before 22. It makes sense. Actually, going holy. So he's only got one respec though, and I've already respected once. Jesus. And I basically have screwed up my build. In my opinion, looking at my build, looking at some of the stuff I looked at, I think I've screwed up twice already. So. Because I respect, and then what I picked in the respec probably wasn't the best thing to pick. Not that this build is bad. I mean, getting Benediction is pretty good if you're going to be using Improved Judgment, and you're going to be using you're going to be switching your seals around a lot. But yeah, now that I think about it, I'm not convinced that was probably the best way to go. Let's get rid of this water and just buy some. Oops. Just buy a couple stacks of ice cold milk. That should be enough. Let's see what quest we got in here. Okay, interesting guide. And this was last updated 2 days ago. So interesting. I'll read through this whole guide later. But from what I'm reading so far, it actually looks pretty good. I think it's one of those things where Some of the talents sound so good, but until you play test them and really compare them, it's hard to know. I mean, since you're on a Paladin, you're thinking, well, I'm always running out of mana, so Benediction to reduce your mana costs of certain things just seems to make sense. But then when you start thinking about, well, if this other ability is going to give me a lot more damage and I'm killing mobs a lot faster, it doesn't really matter so much that I'm running out of mana if I can get down the mobs a little bit quicker. Because I'm going to have to sit probably anyway to drink in between some of the fights. It's all interesting stuff. Excuse me, sorry. Hey Kurt, how you doing? I don't know, I'm struggling on trying this build. I think I screwed it up again. So I'm not looking forward to spending 5 gold. I just spent 11 gold just creating this guild so I could get my sexy, you know, Knights Templar looking tabard here. Level 19. Yeah, I really think I screwed this up. Again. And do I have 5 gold? Yeah, I can probably scrounge up 5 gold, but if I spend 5 gold to respec, I'm going to be really pretty poor. Yeah. And then the way this is set up... Actually, no, it's not. But yeah, I'm going to be really poor. This guy's level 20? Jeez. Well, yeah, killing mobs 3 levels over me isn't very smart either. No, and he resisted my judgment. Yeah. So 5 gold to respec. And what we'll do when we respec is we'll basically dump Improved Judgment. We're going to put all our points into Improved Blessing of the Might. And everything else is going to go into Deflection. And then we'll get Seal of Command. And I think from there we'll go ahead and do Pursuit of Justice. Some of these other ones are interesting. Gives the Paladins damaging melee attacks a chance to reduce the target's strength and agility. Interesting. But yeah, I just want to go 5. Improved Blessing of the Might, I think. Deflection, Seal of Command, Pursuit of Justice. And then I'll go right into prod and really just kind of deck out protection. It's going to be kind of a strange build. But I think it could be interesting. Chest, legs, hand, or feet. Alright. Didn't I grab his tools? Yeah, we turned his tools in. me take a look at the map real quick. So we've got Goldshire quest to turn in, Messenger Stormwind. And, oh, Hearth's up, sweet. So let's just Hearth the Goldshire. And then, so we'll turn in these 2 quests, then we'll head to Westfall. Yeah, outside. I always want to run upstairs now, but it's outside. And at this point, he wants me to go back to Rivers. Let's go ahead and just head to Stormwind. Turn this quest in. Ah, you know what? I'm close enough now to this, though. I should really get the Tomb of Divinity. Oh my goodness. All over them. This is why leveling can be kind of slow, because you're constantly running everywhere. Oh, because I forgot to grab the script from this guy, so that's my own fault. Return to Vanna. The German Vanna. Congrats, Vanna. All right. I don't know, ret build. I like using a shield, but the ret build probably would be faster. I might try that guy's build leveling to 22 quick, but since I'm already this far down, I'm not sure if it's worth it. Let me take. It's not a bad idea though. He basically is going 5/5 design strength, 5/5 improved seal, then going 5/5. I think improved blessing and might. Let me look at that again to see what he was doing. Let's see, talents. Here we go. So up until 20, yeah, 5/5/5/5. Oh no, then he does, yeah, then he does 2 out of 5 blessing and might. At that point, he's 22, and then he switches. It's kind of what we saw with the guy I was dual leveling with, the other Paladin, and he had gone improved blessing, or he'd gone divine strength and I think he went improves seal of righteousness. Yeah, he might not have actually, but at any rate, divine strength can be pretty decent for leveling early on. It can help. Let's just grab these. Oh man, how many nodes are in here? Man, there's a chest and 4 more copper nodes. Damn. Well, I'm gonna have to go in here and get all this copper. Because that's quite a bit. Would I just pick up the Cobalt Excavation pick? 2.7 damage. Level 2. Interesting. Probably not a bad weapon for level 2, right? Cobalt excavation. Damage 2.7. Not bad for level 2. Keep getting really tired. Probably the music. I have to take a break. See if I can come back in a bit. Really, I'm just getting these. I need some of the. I don't need the rough copperstone or the rough stone, but it doesn't hurt. I thought I saw a chest in here. I guess not. You don't really want to fight me. There's always spiders everywhere you go in this game. Spitters. That way. It's this way. You can see I'm so tired. I don't even have my blessing on might up. I'm just exhausted. Totally exhausted. What am I going to level first in Classic? Well, I'm going to level what you're looking at right now, a Protection Paladin. The reason I'm playing this Paladin right now is I'm trying to kind of play around with a build that I don't usually do, a build I've never actually done before, which is going into Seal Command. And, you know, everybody's going to pretty much agree that Retribution is going to be pretty much your fastest way to level. But I do like to level as Protection. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try this Seal of Command build that basically just gets me down into Ret, up to Seal of Command and Pursuit of Justice, and then I go right back and do my normal protection talents. But I will also be leveling a Priest and a Hunter, and there's a good chance my fourth character will be a Warrior. And I'll be rotating the first three on rest time, so we'll be trying to use rest time as well as I can. So, you know, I'll level like the Paladin up to like level 10, then I'll level the Priest up to level 10, or the Hunter up to level 10. And then I'll level up the, you know, then I'll go back to the Paladin once, you know, those other two have been leveled up to like level 10 and burn off the Paladin's rest time for a while. You get the Paladin to like level 15, then jump back on, you know, the other tunes. And just kind of rotate that way, using rest time to help me level 3 classes faster than if I could have just, you know, leveled 1 to 60 and then jumped to another one, leveled it to 60, etc. So. Alright, let's go on over and finish up our quest that I screwed up. This guy's not like me walking through here. There's a lot of different builds you can use on a Paladin. So, and if you go look at Cargos' guide, and he does some decent videos, but I don't always agree with his guides. I mean, not so much that they're not good guides, or not showing you how to level, or maybe even giving you what could be considered the fastest way to level, but I level as protection on the Paladin because I enjoy the playstyle, even though it's definitely not going to be your fastest leveling. I just like AoE and mobs down, you know, going up and pulling like 5 or 6 mobs and killing them at the same time. But it does take, you know, you have to have the right talents and have the right gear. And now, do I still have? No. See, I blew my hearth. I totally screwed that up. I should have ran over here, got this, and then hearths. And look, first guy I kill drops it. Let's go ahead and grab this ore, though. Unbelievable. Alright, let's head straight back. This way, right here. I think. Chat window wasn't updating, so just gonna. Anyways, Fats, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do is level the Paladin. Alright, so we'll turn that quest in, and then back to Westfall. I'm falling asleep at the keyboard again. Why go for Sealer Crusader if you plan on doing AoE? Doesn't that talent lend itself to slow? You know, it probably does. I mean, it does. You know, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And I was just thinking of trying it because I know another person's doing it. I know another person who's actually done this and it actually works out fairly well. But it does lend itself better for slow because it's giving you 70% of your weapon damage. So obviously a slower two-hand weapon damage is going to give you, you know, much more damage. So you're absolutely right. And I'm really not, it's something I thought about trying. I mean, I'm definitely going to do more damage. You know, it's not going to be that good if you're using a one hand. It'll be better. I'm still going to hit harder. But it really isn't going to be what I like. And it's really because of this guy, Bola, who always gets on here. And he basically said that he went up to like level 30 or 40. And he found that he feels that consecration is just a complete waste because it just uses too much mana. My point to that is, well, so what? If it uses too much mana, you're still putting out more damage to multiple targets. And so he felt like that he could take just as many targets without consecration if he went deep prot and didn't waste his points in holy, which I can understand that, yes, you probably could. But my question to him, which he didn't answer, and Bolo, if you're online, you didn't answer this question, was that, sure, you can take out the same amount of targets without consecration, but how long does it take you? Like if I can take out 4 or 5 targets in like 30 seconds or a minute, and then you don't, with consecration, and you don't have consecration, and it takes you like a minute and a half or a minute, even a minute 15 seconds. In my opinion, I'd rather have the consecration. Sure, I'm going to use more mana, but 15 seconds over 0 to 40 or however many, you know, whatever, it adds up, you know, over time. It's a big difference. So I don't know. I like my build. I like the build that I've been using, and it's not a fast leveling build at all, but it's a build that I just enjoy playing. And my build is, you go 5/5 Divine Strength, 5/5 Improve Seal Righteousness, you grab Consecrate, you go over to Protection, 5/5 Redoubt, 3/3 Precision, and then you go 2/5 Toughness, and then 3/3 Shield Specialization. And at that point, I normally go over and do Benediction, because I do switch seals a lot, but really I don't need to. And I'm certainly not judging that much because I don't have improved. I mean, I'm judging, but I'm not going to have improved judgment. So what I'm thinking, the one tweak I'm thinking about doing to my build is when I get my 3/3 on Shield Specialization, jumping over to Ret and getting 5/5 Improved Blessing of Might, then jumping back to Protection. You know, getting the rest of Toughness, getting the rest of Anticipation, and moving down, trying to get, you know, Blessing of Sanctuary and Holy Shield. I don't do Reckoning, so we won't have Wreck. I can't remember. I probably do one-hand specialization, just because, you know, getting that extra damage with your one hand is going to provide you more threat if you're going to tank. And my build is more of an AoE build at 60 for farming stuff. I don't plan on, and for doing 5-mans and 10-mans, not for raiding. It's not a raid build, you know what I mean? So the only thing I would really consider maybe changing, like on the build that I used last time I leveled to 60 on a Paladin, I've done it almost 3 times now in the past 3 years in these private servers. I've leveled like 3 different Protection Paladins up to 60. And I like that build. But the only thing I think about maybe changing was just going the Improved Blessing of Might as opposed to the Benediction. Now, I don't know how much swapping seals, because I really don't swap seals. You know, you're pretty much using Seal of Righteousness the whole time. So the only thing it's really would be saving me on is just the mana cost of Judgment, which at rank 1 it's nothing. I don't know what it is at the highest rank, but does that make sense? Fats? I don't know why my chat window's not refreshing. I guess it did. So yeah, I mean, I think that what really happened was Bola was talking so much about how he felt Consecration was a waste, and yeah, I don't know. I think if you are going to use Seal to Command, you should be using Command. That's what I had always thought in the past. It wasn't really until Bola started saying he was running all the numbers and saying that he could kill mobs faster without Consecration almost. And I was like, well, you certainly can't kill him faster. You may kill him without taking as much damage because you're deeper in prot, but you're not going to kill him quicker. Although if he went Seal of Command, he probably would, because you're still going to be doing more damage with Seal of Command if you're not using Seal of Righteousness at that point. But I don't think it really lends itself well to a one-hander. Seal of Command. It's like you said, it's pretty much for two-hand weapons. It's one of those things, though. You want to see the numbers, man. You want to see how much extra damage am I doing, and really, again, I always think about time to kill. If I go in and I pull 4 mobs, how long does it take me to kill with his build? How long does it take to kill with my build? I don't really care. Like, you know, if I don't have a lot of mana and I have to drink, I don't know. You have to figure it all in, right? And then some people are talking about, like he kept talking about, like, experience per hour. And I never think about experience per hour, but of course that's a good stat if you're looking for speed leveling and you're saying, okay, well, you know, how much, I don't know if he's got an add-on that's telling him how much experience he's getting, but he probably does. Actually, maybe even this does. I don't even know if Recount does it. Let's see, report. Yeah, see, now this is more like other stuff, damage, and doesn't show experience at all from what I can tell. But I have seen add-ons that do show experience. I've even seen add-ons, but these are retail add-ons, not add-ons that I've ever ran in vanilla. That'll tell you how many, if I'm killing, you know, a Moonstalker, it'll say you need to kill 1,200 more Moonstalkers to get to the next level. You know what I mean? So So, okay, so you swapped to ret to try it, and you felt like the DPS was similar between Seal of Judgment. So you didn't feel like, so you're saying you didn't feel like Seal Command was that good. Now, are you saying we're using a two-hand weapon at that point, or were you using a one-hand? You know, what weapons were you using when you... Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really liked the AoE build that I had. That's tough to say. Can't touch this. I keep looking for the burnished breastplate because I just want to add it to the rest of my burnished items that I'm using right now. Let's go get, I need to go ahead and get a bigger bag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to log out. And I'm just going to send over a bag from one of my other characters. Probably see if my druid can spare a bag. Just want to put in my bank. Yeah, I think that's the thing, Fats. So to me, AoE, even though it's not going to be faster than ret, you know, it's just a lot more fun. I mean, your survivability is going to be a lot higher. Jesus, I really need to clean this person's stuff out. Okay, so let's sacrifice this. What is this? Just a 8-slot bag. What's the biggest bag she's got? 10, 10. Sorry, I sneezed. Alright, so let's send this bag, and what else? That's fine for now, I guess. Well, that's the other thing too, Fats, and I think that's one thing that people may overlook. If it's something that I talk about and it's something that I do all the time, is around like level 28 or even like 26 or 27, I start going into dead mines and AoE farming the hell out of that place. You know, killing, not into the instance, but killing everything before you get to the instance. I just start clearing that shit out, AoE style, like over and over again. And all the cloth and all the greens help me to get my enchanter and my tailor max, you know, leveled up very quickly. And I just started selling stuff in the auction house, and I actually make a pretty decent amount of money as well. So let's go ahead, and what we're gonna do is, oh god, I think we're gonna have to respec again. I think Seal Command is just a waste of my time. But the one thing I am curious about is maybe getting rid of Benediction. How much money? I got 2.54 gold here. I'm looking for stuff that maybe I can sell. Let's send 2 gold to keep that. I really don't have a lot of money right now. Which, actually, honestly, if I... Here, let's do this. Let's check my bank real quick. But yeah, being able to farm dead mines at like level 25 to 30, you know, you can... Jesus, I can pull so many... If I'm 30, I can pull a ton of mobs in that place. What is this? Correct, what is... More boar ribs. Oh, I need to feed my pet. Pet is hungry. Dungeon groups, the AoE spec? No, my AoE spec is... I mean, if I'm going to do dungeons, which I don't usually do dungeons at low level because I just don't think it's really worth it. But if I was going to, if I knew I was going to do a lot of dungeons, I would go ahead and spec into, improved, whatever it's called, improved aura to give me more threat. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But I would put the extra talent points into that and make sure that I had good threat. But I don't usually tank on my protection paladin until like level 40, around like Zulfaric. So usually I just like add those points into that at that time, or maybe just respec maybe. So I don't find it hard at all to get groups. I mean, if you're an AoE paladin who has pretty much a lot of stuff in prot like I do, you can certainly tank. But without the improved retribution, or what is it called? I can't remember that skill. The improved aura that gives you more threat. Without those points in there, you might have a little trouble getting threat on everybody, but it's not really a big deal. It's not like low-level dungeons are going to get you killed. As long as your group's got half a brain, it's not going to be a problem. I'm trying to see if I can clear some room here. Much more silver. You found it hard to hold threat on a single target. AoE packs was easy. Yeah. I mean, I think holding threat on, like, as long as they it's the 5-second rule, right? Your group basically gives you 5 seconds to go in and drop a bunch of damage. Gives you about 5 seconds to DPS and stuff to get your threat up, right? And if they do that and give you that 5 seconds, usually you're pretty good, even on just a single target. You got to be judging every time you can judge for that extra threat, and you got to have, pretty good gear. Man, yeah, see, I'm starting to run low on bags here. But this character is level 28, and I was farming, dead mines with this one. It's a warrior though, so you can't AoE with a Fury warrior. So that was a little bit of a pain in the butt trying to do that, but so I mean, one thing that I found was I really liked having, engineering. Because if you're having trouble, like, holding threat, engineering really does help. Because every so often you can just throw, like, an AoE stick of dynamite. That additional damage also is going to help you get threat. So... Is that the Holy Tower? Let's see. No, not invite. Damn you! Yeah, it is the Green Tower. Check it out. That's actually not a very good shield. I mean, like, if you can get it for pretty cheap, it's not bad. At least she's got the Argent Custodian. I've had both these before, my Paladin. But the chance of that shield, the 1% chance, it just didn't seem to proc as much as I thought it would. Even with 1% chance, you would think it would proc more often. This person's got good gear, though. Although, well, she's only level 38, though. But yeah, she's... The nifty stopwatch. I wonder where you get that from. I have to Google that one, the nifty stopwatch. Because that'd be a nice item to have for sure. Let me Google that. Yeah. Yeah, I think engineering really helps for those pulls. You know, you're going to get those. You can pull people with dynamite. Also, I really love the 6 demon bag because most of the times when I use 6 demon bag, it gives me a frostbolt. You know, and sometimes it gives me lightning, like a lightning bolt. So that's a really nice trinket because it gives you that, you know, the range shields. Sometimes it doesn't work. You sheep your mob. You end up sheeping your mob or something stupid. But most cases, it actually works out pretty well. So having the 6 demon bag and my dynamite and my my gnomish death ray, it gives me options of different ways to pull that range. So this is what, 8 slot bags. So let's. This sucks. This sucks. Such a much. What is all this? Stringy wolf meat? What the hell do I have this in my bank for? I don't need a stringy wolf meat. Sorry for all the mismanaging of my inventory, but this is kind of my inventory is kind of a disaster right now. Let's just get rid of this stuff. And this. I don't even know why I have that. Get rid of that we don't need. Do we need the sauteed sunfish? I can't remember if that's needed for a request. Warlock fin we definitely need. Nah, let's get there. I don't think we need this, do we? Which one don't we need? No, we need that. Spotted sunfish, sauteed sunfish, just food to eat, I think. Quest item. A lot of quest items. Don't need that. We can sell both of these things. Oh, here we go. Don't need that. Don't really need that. Let's get rid of these low-level healings as well. Yeah, no problem, Fats. I need to get to bed here pretty soon, too. Sweet dreams. And yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of... I'm kind of glad that you said that about Seal of Command. I think there's a lot of different ways to level, and none of them are really the right way. There certainly are certain ways. I mean, I think red's probably going to be your fastest way to level if you're just doing quests and trying to kill mobs as fast as possible for the quest. You know, I think that works out pretty well, but... yeah. Okay, we have a quest we got to turn in. And I can't really afford to respec. I'm bummed, man. This happens to me all the time. You know what happens to me is I listen to other people's advice on leveling, which, you know, is good. I mean, you should listen to the people, but then I let them persuade me that, you know, people get on here and they're so emphatic. Oh my God, I did this and this worked out and consecration sucks and all these different things. And I should know better because I've played the Paladin a lot and I've seen with my own eyes what it's capable of with the AoE build that I use and the survivability of it. But, you know, so I don't know. I think what I would like to do in Classic, which isn't really, I'm certainly not going to get very high level if I do this, but I would love to create about 3 different Paladins and just do them all, maybe 3 or 4 different Paladins and have different builds in every single one. And just start running the numbers and see which ones I feel like are, can handle, you know, can take the damage the best, which one can AoE the best, which ones kill the fastest, you know, all that kind of stuff. Okay, we've got our res. It should be 9. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I can't really afford to respec. I mean, if I did, I'd be completely broke. If I did respec, I would go back and grab 6 of 6 Divine Strength. Or, sorry, 6 of 6. 5 of 5. 5 of 5. How many points do we have? 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. We only have 8 points, right? Because we're level at 17. So, I would go grab Divine Strength and improve Soul Righteousness and get my Consecrate. I just like getting that set up first and then going in and getting... Then I could go in and get Improved Blessing of Might, 5 of 5. And then jump into Protection Tree. I've never tried the Improved Blessing of Might, but I think that could be a pretty good way to go. Alright, so do I have any other quests to turn in now? We've got Resurrect. I think we just need to get to Westfall. Yeah, we got a couple quests in Westfall to turn in. Messenger to Stormwind. Starpike Delivery. That's lock mode on. I'll do Dead Mines, but I'm only level 17. Yeah, I don't think they're going to take me. Probably don't want a 17 Pally. And let's get the hell out of here. What am I doing? This way. 17 play. I meant Pally. I'm sure they know what I meant. I'm tired. Okay, let's get those 2 quests turned in. Oh my goodness, my goodness. I think one of the things that really, the only thing really in Vanilla WoW that's always been kind of an irritation is the cost of respeccing. And I think that's one of the things that would have been nice if they lowered the cost. I mean, you know, going from 1 gold to going from like 1 gold to 5 gold to like 10 gold is pretty brutal, you know. I don't know why my screen seems to be lagging right now. Let me. Yeah, it's just some of these stupid websites that I have open. All right. I think that would have been one of the things that would have been nice is just to lower it. I think they talked about it, about lowering the cost. Well, let's see. Do I really need to respec? Yeah, I do, because I grabbed... My mouse is acting... Because I grabbed 2 points in Improved Judgment, which I don't normally do. My mouse just freaked out for some reason. Yeah. I'm kind of mad right now. I'm kind of angry. I think I'm kind of angry that I kind of have done these specs and I don't think they're going to work, and it's going to cost me a lot of money to fix it. Shit. Anyways. Whatever group that is, they're probably going to be a totally terrible group, man. Okay, when do you need to go up there and kill these guys? Chris Spider meat. We do have the quest up there to turn in. $17. You know, let's go ahead and turn this other quest in. I ran halfway down the road. Let's go ahead and turn in the Westfall Stew just so we can clear some of the junk out of my inventory. I don't think he wants me in his group. A protection warrior who has no protection talents. Or, I mean, protection paladin who has no protection talents. I have no talents in protection. They're all in red, and I don't have a two-handed weapon, so it's total clusterfuck right now. We need to get to level 20. See, this is fucked up. Why does she not? Okay, do I not have all the items in my inventory? Because I thought I did. We've got Murloc eyes. We have plenty of okra. I think I just need to drop. I think it's just got bugged. I just need to drop it and repick it up. We got this. What we need is the stringy meat, which we don't have. That's what we don't have. Okay. For some reason, it thinks I have stringy vulture meat. Wait, there it is. It's right there. So, in this case, you have to drop it. Westfall Stew, abandon quest, and repick it up. And turn it in. So I knew that group was going to fall apart. When you have someone who's looking for more people for your group, then they say, "Oh, my group leader's not even here. Gotta wait for him to come back." That's never a good thing. So I was already like pretty sure that group was going nowhere, and I'm kind of glad because really I'm not really set up to do an instance right now. So we don't need this extra Murloc eye. We don't need this Westfall Stew. I really don't need that, but whatever. And okra. Don't need the okra. We do need the hops though, so hold on to that. Get rid of the knife. All right. Okay. So what we really need is we just need some Gortusk livers. Let's go ahead and link our quests up. We need this. We need this. That's about it. All right. Just those two things. He's giving me all kinds of crap I don't need. Oh, we got an undead mage killing people. I think what would be, I wonder, I think what might be a good idea is to go like kind of ret two-hand up to like level 22 and then respec into prot. But I hate swinging two-handed weapons, man. They're so slow. But it would be faster. I'm just gonna go with my build, guys. I like it. I like my build. Oh, I can't believe I screwed up my build again. It's just like mandatory that I fuck it up. If anybody out there plays in Light's Hope and you've quit playing, you're not going to play your characters anymore because you're waiting for Classic and you got any gold, send it my way. Just so I can respec, you know? So I can get this build right, because this is not good. I'm just trying over here because there's usually a chest in this building. And there you see it's right there. So, and actually I need this. This is a knuckle. I didn't know they had a knuckle duster right here, but I need this knuckle duster, so might as well kill him. It does hit pretty hard, but we're fine. Oh, interrupt. Look at you go. Another interrupt. I'm not sure I like this guy. Let's see if he another interrupt. Wow. Oh, did he reset? 3 interrupts on my heels. That guy's quite good with the interrupts. Made me use a potion that I didn't need to use. Oh well. Oh, we do have some food buff here, so let's grab that. Oh, that's not a food buff. That's... Oh, it's that crappy Westfall stew. It's good for healing, but it's... doesn't have any buff on it. That's okay. We got plenty of seasoned wolf kebabs here. Alright. I don't know why that guy ran away. Did somebody pull him? Oh, a mage did. Yeah. Is that guy dead, or where'd he go? Where did that mob go? Okay, I'm not in combat. I guess he dropped dead somewhere. Interesting. Oh, he reset. Interesting. That's funny. You cannot kill me. Yeah, I wanted to get her the burnished chest piece and the burnished boots. Have like a full burnished set just for fun, but you know, the lupine buckler of intellect. Skytick. Oh, sorry, of the whale. And some other junk. I love all these guys. 18. Hey, nice. So we do the Seal of the Crusader. $5 gold. The battle chain. Well, I'm getting quite a few greens. I can certainly sell them the H. Maybe I'll make a little bit of money. I really need to set my hearth back to Sentinel Hill now. Of course. Oh, actually, I do need that. I didn't check if the last guy held actually had the greater Gortusk or it was just regular Gortusk. Neither. Might have been the one before that one that I thought had a Gortusk snout on him. It's funny, it says only rank 2, but that is not a rank 2 spell. I was casting rank 1. Now they give me lots of gore test levers once it's done. Alright, so let's go ahead and... I think I'm going to go ahead and probably log off. I'm just really tired. I streamed earlier for about what, 4 hours? I'm just trying really hard to get to level 20. But I still have a ways to go, you know? Still got a ways to go. And I'm not liking this. Not really liking this build. Let me go online and pull up the vanilla. Wow, calculator. Talent calculator. And I want to take a look and see if I can remember my build correctly. I don't think that taking those points out of, I don't think that taking the points out of benediction and putting them into improved blessing, I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, you said it. Dude, you sending me some gold. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that, dude. I know I'm agonizing over this build, you know, and I screwed up my last build, like on my hunter, so it cost me 5 gold, and I screwed up this one. It's cost me 5 gold. I created a guild and got a guild tab, and that cost me 11 gold. Now I'm basically broke. Thanks, Stalker. I really appreciate that, dude. But if you go to the vanilla talent calculator, and or let me build this. I'm going to build out a build here, which is kind of like my normal build that I use for my AoE. And I'm just going to create this really quick. I'm trying to make sure if I remember correctly how I do it. We get precision. We get 2 points here. All my points here. And we go to deflection 2. Yeah, and then I do improved. Yeah, and then let's see, I'm level 52, 58. Yeah. And the thing is, with my build, I'm not using Blessing of Might all the time, which makes sense why I wouldn't go to Blessing of the Might. That's why. I was trying to remember why. So yeah, that makes sense. So I would go deflection. Say I'm 58. I'm just looking at these talents. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah. So really your only options are going Devotion Aura. 2 talent points, or putting the other 2 into parry. So I like my, I like my build. Oh, dude, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Stalker. I mean, I was kind of joking. I just know that these servers are going to go down in just a few weeks, and I figured there might be some players who just aren't playing anymore, or yeah, you know what I mean. I thought maybe they wouldn't. They're like, oh, I'm not really playing on that anymore, and if they're not going to play their characters and they're going to take the servers down, they don't really need their goals. Like, throw it my way. But yeah, I really appreciate it. Thanks. Oh, you got your route down? Yeah. So, but look at this, right? So this is what I usually do, right? This is I've leveled 3 paladins. Oh, is it Kang? Hey, Kang, what's up? Kang. Oh yeah, you sent me. This is the second time you've sent me money, didn't you? Aren't you the one who sent me the 20 gold? Oh no, there was someone else who sent me like 20 gold. I don't know how I managed to spend all that, but I did. But here's the thing, Kang. Like, what I usually do is I go 5/5 Divine Strength, 5/5 Seal Righteous, then I grab 1 Consecrate. There's only 1, but then I go in and get 5/5 Redoubt, 3/3 Precision, 2/2 on Toughness, right? 2/5 on Toughness. Then I grab 3/3 Shield Specialization. So I'm really rushing Shield Specialization, right? Because I have, I want my Redoubt to be up a lot. I want to block, use my spikes and stuff on my shield to do damage. Then I go over to Ret and I grab 5/5 Benediction. Because really, Improved Blessing of the Might is super nice. But I'm in Blessing of Wisdom a lot, and I'm in Blessing of Sanctuary a lot. So I'm not in Blessing of Might hardly ever. I mean, really, once I get Consecration at like level 20, even before then, I don't really use Blessing of Might. So putting points in Blessing of Might is kind of a waste. So I go over here and I just grab Benediction because, It reduces the mana cost of my judgment and my seal spells. And you know, I'm going to end up using it anyway. I could skip it altogether, just skip these. But no, but I don't do like, I don't do Reckoning. I just don't like Reckoning. So basically, I go and get Benediction 5/5, then I go 2/5 on Deflection. Or usually I go Benediction 5/5, then I jump back into Protection. I finish out Toughness 5/5, finish out Anticipation 5/5, finish out Improve Righteous Fury 3/3, because this is what, you know, and if I'm gonna tank, I need this, right? And I do like to tank, you know, on the 5-man dungeons and whatnot. So I get that 3 out of 3, and then I go down, I grab Sanctuary, then I go 5/5 on one-handed weapon specialization, because this is going to increase the damage on one hand, so it increases my threat, right? So for tanking, then I grab Holy Shield. Then I go back into Retribution, and I just grab, I think, 2/5 on Deflection, and that fills me out. Actually, I end up 4/5. I end up with 4/5 on Deflection, on parry here. Now, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are like, well, you don't want to parry, you don't want to dodge, because you're losing threat. Because if you're blocking and you're reflecting damage with your shield, you know, you're reflecting the spike damage and all that, you're getting more threat. But I, because of the way I like to play and because of the way I like to AoE grind and farm stuff, you know, I actually like to just not get hit. You know, if the less times I'm taking damage, the better. So anyways, that's the build I've come up with over like leveling 360 characters, you know, 3 characters up to 60. And I really like it. You're kind of, if you're not using a two-handed weapon, then the ret tree really just isn't that valid. I mean, it really isn't. All these things are great if you're two-handing it, but, you know, I'm not really two-handing it. The only thing you could do is rush into here. Like, I was just rushing into here to get to maybe Pursuit of Justice. You know, but, yeah, I don't know. Thanks again, King. I really appreciate it. That's gonna, that'll let me respec. I'm just gonna go with my standard build, I think. You know? I thought about going with the new build and some new different builds, but I just think if I'm not going to use a two-handed, which I'm not, then they're just kind of a waste of time. So let's oh yeah, so we got the Gortys Liverify. Let's turn that in. We're not that far away. This is interesting. Different version of Secunda. Yeah. I mean, if you're not going to go two-hand and you're going to go into prot, now, it was Bola that was really advocating against Consecrate. He thinks it's a waste. I just feel like with Consecrate, you're going to bring down mobs faster. You may burn through all your mana faster. I just don't see how without Consecrate that you could kill 4 to 5 mobs. And he did say that if it was more than 3, that it probably, you know, that Consecrate would be better. So I think the goal for me is to try to find good places to AoE a lot of mobs at once and go ahead and do the build that I like. But, you know, of course I do need to make sure that I am getting, you know, those pulls, you know, finding the places that I need to find to farm, to AoE grind, such that it is actually, you know, valid, it is useful. Look at all these freaking green items I got. I need to sell this stuff. Now, see, this one is a food buff. Let's get rid of this food. I have too much of that. We'll just put this here. What is this? Chunk of boar meat? No. Sell. Gortys snout I don't need. Don't need the sleep liver. I do need the murloc fins. Let's get rid of these low-level healing and just move this over, so I got plenty of those. Alright. I'm just going to head up into the hills, finish this other quest. I may even stay in the hills and I just want to make sure I can grind it to 18. I'm just trying to think. 18. If I can grind mobs to 18 to 20, that's 2 levels of grinding. I don't think we're high enough. Once we get to like level 22, we can grind the Rethbang cave. Oh, dude, auction of light feathers sold. Hey, Kang, I put a bunch of light feathers and the prices on them were super high. So I'm actually going to get some decent money on these, I think. I mean, like 2 light feathers was selling for like 40 silver. That's what I listed them at. So hey, look, I'm getting 38.94. That's just for 2 light feathers. Light feathers are super easy. Oh, I got your gold already. How did I get it so fast? Oh, dude. 7.66 gold. That's all you have. Or as Zalson likes to call me, the cute of the faith. Sweet. Let's go. We can respec then. Do I want to do that now? Let me take a look. Yeah, I think I do. Let's go ahead and respec and get this ball rolling. And we're just going to go right. I'm going to go right into Divine Strength and improve Seal. This right here is going to make me do a lot more damage. Yeah, see, there are nice people in World of Warcraft, guys. But yeah, the light feathers are a pretty good way to make money, depending on the auction house, you know. And a lot of times I'll go in there and they really go up and down, the price on light feathers. Sometimes they sell for like 20 per, and sometimes they sell for like 5 silver per. And I don't really know what people are using them for. I keep thinking it must be a way to avoid certain trash mobs in dungeons and raids, and it also, of course, is useful in PvP. But the prices vary a lot. But if you just keep your eye on them and put stuff up, like I always check the feather and that stuff. So, Grumpy, what's up, dude? Hey, Grumpy, I was just crying because I didn't like this new build that I was using on my Paladin. Because I felt, you know, someone brought up the point of, well, if you're going to use Steel Command, it's really good with a 2-hand slow weapon, and you don't have a 2-hand slow weapon. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But it still is more damage. It's still 70% more damage on top of my weapon. And I could go with a really slow 1-hand weapon. But I'm like, you know, it's really not my playstyle. And it's really not getting my best bang for my buck. And I like Consecrate. I like Consecrate. Even though, you know, Bola's saying Consecrate is not that great before 40, which, you know, it really isn't super great. But it is good for doing deadmines, and it is good for farming. So, but I didn't have any money, and I'm basically broke after I created the guild. Grumpy, I got my guild back, the Knights of Faith, and I've got my, you know, my Templar-looking tabard here. So, because you know I like to have this tabard. And so I basically was just broke. Broke. And what is this? The Defias Brotherhood. Oh, nice. Let's go ahead and turn that in. Yeah, no, let's just hit the cathedral and we'll turn that in. Yeah, so I was kind of whining and crying. I don't have any money, and I was kind of just frustrated. And I kind of said in the stream, I said, hey, if any of you guys have characters, if you have characters in Light's Hope that you're not playing anymore because class isn't starting, and you know you're not going to play them anymore, and you have some money, send it my way, and I'll respec. And actually, Kang sent me 7.6 gold because he's already done. He's not planning on playing on Light's Hope anymore. So that was super awesome of him. And now I have 13.26 gold. Hey, I don't waste money, do I? I mean, I do buy gear upgrades and stuff, but it helps you level. The thing is with me is, like, I'm always broke level 0 to, like, to like 30. But once I get to 30, that's when I really start making money. You know, I start grinding and farming, and then I start making money. You know, but up until then, it's always kind of a struggle. You know. And I always go to the female trainer. I don't know why. I just want to talk to the chick. So see, look, it's going to cost me 5 gold. But now we're just going to go with my standard build. I have 8 talent points. And we're just going to go with Divine Strength 5 of 5. Proof Seal Righteousness, right? Okay. And you'll see that we're going to be hitting harder. So Strength is 20 to 68 right now. But the improved Seal of Righteousness is going to give us, you know, increases damage by 9%. Next one's going to be 12. And then the next one will be 15. So now let's turn this quest in. No, I would never do that, Grumpy. Although I did see some people passing out money by the auction house earlier today on the server because they were like, they weren't going to be playing on the server anymore. They were just like, here, and they were just giving out gold. And I think I missed the boat on that one. I was like, hey, if you got any extra gold, I'll take it, you know. But I would imagine over on Northdale, the same thing's happening. People are just throwing money out because they're not. They're done. They're ready for Classic to come out. Now I think Northdale, I think Lights Hope said they were going to archive the data, and if people needed the data, they would be able to, I guess, export files or something if they ever need to import them back into another private server or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. Why bother? If Classic's up, there is a chance that Classic could really suck. But I played in Classic Beta, and it seemed pretty damn good. I actually really liked it. So I don't think we're ever going to be coming back and playing private vanilla servers anytime soon. I mean, and honestly, let's say that they put the servers out, and after a couple of years, they started putting microtransactions, all the stuff in it that we don't want. I mean, honestly, in 2 years, I'll probably be playing something else. I don't think I could go back to Vanilla WoW in another 2 years from now. I would have played it for like the past 5 or 6 years straight, you know, and I would just be like, okay, I'm done. You know, I can't. That's enough. You know, I'm going to be playing Pantheon: Rise of the Fallen. So my real worry with Pantheon is that that it's too group dependent. That you can't do solo. But I have heard that you'll definitely be able to duo content, so that's good. You'll definitely be able to like maybe just 2-man some of the content. Okay, Westfall. Let's do some of these flying around quests real quick. Cheap XP. Or, yeah, that's what it was, Grumpy. I forgot. They could let you to go to the TBC. Oh, wait, so you're saying... Yeah, are you talking about the Classic servers, upgrading those to TBC? I don't know, or are you just talking about... I mean, honestly, if the... And I think I've said this before. If Classic turns out to be really bad for any reason, whatever, Blizzard does something to screw it up, I won't come back and play Vanilla WoW, but I will come back and play Burning Crusade. I will do like a Burning Crusade server, you know. I would jump over onto to Warmain, the Burning Crusade Warmain server, because I actually really like Burning Crusade, and it'd be fun to go back and do a Burning Crusade, you know, level up 1 to 70 in Burning Crusade. Because that's, you know, Burning Crusade's awesome. It's a lot of fun. But I really need to get off my ass and start working on my own video game. It's pathetic that I keep putting it off, but I've been so excited for Classic that I've kind of just been spending most of my time and extra time on playing this game instead of working on the development of my own. But anyways, let's go to Raid Ridge. Pretty soon I'll have to jump down to Lakeshire or to Darkshire and get the flight path there. So we're just you know, 3 levels away. Once we hit 20, we'll have Consecration. At that point, even just at 20, if you have good enough gear, I feel like you can. And if you have buff food and you've got some scrolls, you know, you can start AOE. You could definitely AOE like 3 mobs at a time. You need to get online, Grumpy. Yep. Go to, I'm telling you, man, keep your eye on eBay. Find yourself like a cheap little laptop. Even a cheap desktop. Get yourself a Dell Optiplex or something for like $300. Maybe even $200. Just get yourself a mouse and you're good to go. Unless if you don't have a monitor, you can get monitors are pretty cheap. Well, once I get my bonus in November, I'm buying my new computer, which is going to be really nice because it'll be like $1,800, $1,900 for that computer, but it'll be nice. It'll be a nice PC. I'm going to buy another 27 since my other one died, so get me back to two 27-inch monitors on my desk here. And I rearranged my office today. Actually, my girlfriend did most of the work, and it looks a lot better. And I even said I was going to try to do a video this weekend of, putting a face to caffeine injected. But I didn't like the way my room was set up because, like, if I was recording with my webcam, you'd just see the door to the bathroom, and I was like, well, that's a shitty ass looking view. So now I've rearranged it where behind me is my two bookshelves that have like dragons on them and Dungeons and Dragons books, just all kinds of stuff. So now if I record with my webcam, it just looks a lot nicer. I may try to record a quick video tomorrow. I do work from home tomorrow, so I could probably do something in the morning after I take a shower and just maybe do like an hour stream, and I'll turn the webcam on. Okay, we got a few quests here to turn in. Yeah, no money sucks, dude. I've been there. Dude, I've been there. Man. Okay, now he does have another quest. To Westfall. These quests don't really give you a lot of XP, but there are a lot of them. Fly here, fly there. Okay, we do need the mystics and stuff. They're like level 18, I think. I still haven't finished this other one, so let's head across the bridge and finish that. Yeah, I really need to start working on my game. But once I start working on my game, I don't think you won't see me doing much on this channel as much, because the game will just take up so much of my time. But I am still putting together all the lore and stuff, so really not doing any development yet. And the first really the first part's got to be creating the building models and stuff for the in-game towns and stuff. So that stuff's going to all be done in Blender. Let's see how much damage we're doing now. It's hard to really tell from there, but let's go ahead and get a food buff up and get our course weight stone as well. Do I have? Hold on a second here. I always forget about my freaking circle menu. Oh, I can't make course weight stones. It's my blacksmith, the other character. Let's take a look. So I am hitting harder. 43, I think, is a little bit more. There, 49. Judgment. Yeah, does feel like I'm hitting harder. Underbelly scales. Ooh, mechanical. I knew I could learn that right away. We can get our pet. We get a little mechanical squirrel. Let's take a look. Okay, we've got all this stuff in the bank, so we can make mechanical squirrel when we get back to town. You gotta have a pet, right? You just have to. Woolwort. I was doing the orc group quest out in Lakeshore. One of my guildies called me Wooly. The name stuck. So is that what they called you, like in Discord and stuff? Wooly? Of course, back then it wasn't Discord. I was using TeamSpeak. I was never a fan of Skype or Mumble or Raid. What was it called? What was the other Raid one called? Guild. Was it Guild? Right, Guild? I can't remember. There was Mumble. Mumble actually worked okay. Then there was another one. I can't remember what it's called. Skype sucks. And Microsoft bought Skype, and now they're getting rid of it. Because we use Skype at my office, and we use it. And then now Microsoft's got a thing called Microsoft Project Teams. Sorry, Microsoft Teams, and they're using that, and it works a lot better than Skype. And so they're actually dumping Skype, which is interesting. I wonder if Teams used some of the technology from Skype since they bought Skype. I'm guessing that's probably what happened, because I can't imagine Microsoft would be so dumb as to buy Skype and then end up just basically shutting it down a few years later, which is basically what they've done. Yeah, I used Vent for a long time, and Vent was good. I liked Vent. Come at me, bro. Resist, what? Is that a burnished girdle? Which I'm already wearing. Maybe I can make some of my money back. It's actually, they never gave the weight stone. They never gave this an animation for that, which is too bad. I don't know what you would give it, but the wrong seal. Role-playing server, yeah. I was on Doomhammer. And then I made the mistake of going to Terracar, which was a new server in Burning Crusade, and Terracar turned out to be a really shitty server. And then I transferred to Tichondrius, which is a good PvP server. Oh, goodness. I hate it when you get two guys shooting at you. That's when the dynamite comes in pretty handy. Justin. Oh, cool, man. Good to see you. Yeah, I've been streaming this stuff I've been playing WoW. I've been in WoW for a long time, dude. Yeah, I can't really take 3 of them. We can just get 2, I think. Resist my ass. That was a pretty good crit. Do I want a bubble or take? Let's just take a healing potion. Yeah, if I sound tired, it's because I am pretty tired. But thanks, Justin. Just playing around with a protection paladin here, trying to get her up a little bit. Protection paladin will be the first class I'm leveling in on classic, so we've got our little Knights Templar looking tabard, and yeah, and this is the same guild I'll be starting up in classic, the Knights of Faith. Not my favorite guild name, but it's pretty. I don't have any problem recruiting people. So actually, I think I need Yowler, but I'm not sure if I picked up the quest yet. Ooh, Zimberlocks. I don't think I did. Nope. Let's move this camera back a little bit. Not that far. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, Justin, I've been playing on these servers here for 3 years, and I never played on Stalaris. It was when Stalaris shut down that I first. I mean, I knew private server existed. I just didn't think they were. I just assumed they weren't any good. And when Stalaris shut down, and I heard about it and saw the videos on YouTube and started researching it, I realized, wow, not only are these servers pretty good, they're actually very good, and they're very vanilla-like experience. And yeah, I mean, Light's Hope, the server I'm on is Silverhand on Light's Hope. They run 3 different servers right on Northdale and Silverhand and another one. And they've already said that, the only reason they ran these servers is because they couldn't play the game. They couldn't play Vanilla WoW. There was no, Blizzard didn't allow you to re-experience the game as it was when it first came out. So, they all have always said that, that as soon as Blizzard came out, if Blizzard ever came out with classic servers, that they would shut these down, and they've already announced that on August 24th, these servers will all be shut down. So I know for, as of maybe 5, 6 months ago, the Northdale server had an average population of around, 8,000 people on it when you log in. At the height, I saw over 14,000 people logged in that server at one time. So they're very popular. I don't know about the Chronos servers if they're shutting down, but to answer your question, most definitely, most of the people that play on private servers will be going to Classic WoW. The only people that probably won't are the people that just don't want to pay the money or can't afford to pay the money, can't afford to pay the subscription. But I'm going to guess that you're probably going to see anywhere from maybe 60 to 70% of all the private server people going to play Classic, because it just makes sense. I mean, you have the peace of mind to know that the servers, your characters aren't going to get lost. They're not going to suddenly shut the servers down, So you can feel like, good, and that you can invest time in your characters and they'll still be around for a long time. Hopefully Blizzard doesn't screw them up, try to add a bunch of microtransactions or some stupid crap, or try to nerf them in any way, you know what I mean? Certainly hope they don't do anything stupid like that. Okay, we still need one more of the underbellies, and still need a lot of the condor meat. Let's go ahead and hit a few murlocs in the teeth. See if we can get some stuff. What's your baby's day? What? You said my sister used to play WoW with me, Night of Priest. Her favorite activity was crashing. What else was crashing? RP weddings. Only you, Grumpy. Die, Murloc. Die. Tide collar. Caster. Let's go ahead and face in the right way here. A rocket blast. Let's see how much damage this rocket blast does. Eh. A little bit, nothing major. Whiff. Alright. Let's see if we can finish. You gotta love this quest for the sunfish. I always like to just get the ones that are out in the water instead of the ones that are on shore. But we're gonna get that damn caster. Alright, let's go take this guy out. We don't have Hand of Freedom yet. Let's do... I hope that Umbrella doesn't join in. We need to face this guy in a better direction. I should kill the other guy first because he's almost dead anyway. Well, we had to use lay on hands there because we added a third mob. So we have no mana now. That's okay. Well, let's finish this one off. Switch to the other. And we'll judge him. He's going to run away. So we're fine. Sometimes I get a little irritated by using lay on hands, but you know, the point is if you never use it, then what's what good is it if you never use it? Okay, well, we're doing pretty good. We got 2 sunfish there, which is pretty good because it is a fairly low drop rate on those sometimes. And we got another one, which is not very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Well, what they do on the private servers, what Light's Hope has done, is they'll basically they do release them on a schedule, you know. So it is incremental releases. Like so when it comes out. There's only they try to keep it almost as much as they can, you know, vanilla-like. And so, you know, after so many weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks, they'll release like the next patch. And it takes a while. I mean, honestly, it takes, you know, the patch from the server when it first comes out. Now it's still 1.12, right? But they release the other contents as far as like opening up the gates of Ankh-Karaz, you know, doing Zul'Gurub, you know, all that kind of stuff are based on a release schedule. And it usually takes about, I don't know, 3 to 4 months to, I think, go through most of it, maybe even longer. If I go back to Light's Hope Discord, I'm sure I could probably find the post, or even on their website, lightshope.org, you know, where they basically set up the schedule. And, you know, once that's done, there's still tons and tons of people who haven't even reached 60 yet. You know, they don't get a chance to play as many hours a day as some other people. And so usually the server, I mean, I'd say... the servers usually go for about a year before they even think about maybe spinning up a new one and starting the whole process all over again. So, I mean, like Northdale came up. If you actually look at my YouTube channel and do a search for, let's see, I actually was on Northdale when they first opened up the gates. So let me see what date that was, so we can tell how long ago it was. Alright, so I'm gonna do a quick search for Northdale. And Light's Hope Northdale server launch. So this is when I was creating my hunter. And this was published on June 23rd, 2018. So basically about a year ago, right? June 23rd, 2018 was when the Northdale server launched. And that's about what I would have thought. I mean, I'd say each server kind of lasts for about a year before most of the guilds have kind of gone through the content. You know, and like there's the fast guilds that get through it in a month or two. Well, they're gated though because they have to wait for stuff to actually be released. Yeah, but they do that, and then a lot of times after about a year, they'll just open up another server because people love to start fresh. People love to go through these, go through all the raids and stuff, and even as a different character. Like someone will say, "Oh, I'm gonna go 0 to 60 and do all the raiding and for a year on my Caprice," and they'll start a new server, and someone says, "Okay, now I'm gonna play this new server, and I'm gonna do it on like a mage," Oh, this guy all the way over there, really? Look at me. What you can do here is just... Oh, shit, I got another one. You basically kind of have to wait for this guy to run out of mana. Alright, let's go. He still runs away from me. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. People actually, they're not doing anything special. They're just trying to make the game, the server as close to the original World of Warcraft as they can, and they give people the option, by rolling out new servers, people get the option to, to run it all over again as a different class, Go ahead and... I was hoping to avoid getting in combat again. We'll just use our Crusader on this one for a bit. But yeah, I mean, that's what they do. And the thing is, the people in the private servers, I mean, it really sucks because there's the retail, like when people first started saying, when the Nasaris was shut down by Blizzard, it caused a huge kind of backlash in the community. There are all those people that play retail WoW that were bad-mouthing private servers. Well, you're playing a private server, you're basically breaking the NDA, or you're committing a crime and all this craziness. And people are just trying to play the game because it was, Blizzard wasn't giving them the option to actually play it anymore. So, and but the thing is, I had I would go into retail, and I stopped playing retail a long time ago. But every time they come out with a new expansion, I'll jump in and play it, and hate it. I mean, expansions are just so bad, but not the content. I mean, the storylines and stuff are nice, aren't too bad, but just how easy everything is and how everything's just handed to you. It's obviously it was made for like millennials or something. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. But the people are just not as nice in retail. And when you get on, one of the first things I noticed was that when I got into private servers, is just how friendly everybody is, how nice people are, See how far I can throw this bomb out. Let's see if I hit him with this. Oh, he's not going to go far enough. Wait. Oh, missed him. Damn. Ah, that kind of sucks. Let me just... Actually, these guys are dropping a lot of greens as well. We just need one more, right? Hold on a second. Selling the fish. Okay, we got the spotted salmon, so we're done with this quest. We still need the iron pikes, bang of nulls. Okay, underbell skellies and... Alright, cool. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the servers will go down the 24th, August 24th. Blizzard, I believe, is going to have a stress test on August 8th. Blizzard's also going to have the ability to reserve your character names on August 13th, I believe it is. And of course, the servers for Blizzard Classic goes live on the 26th if you're in the U.S., where I am. 27th in some parts over more towards Russia. So yeah, and most of the people who run these servers will be shutting down this stuff, and they'll actually be going and playing on the classic servers, you know. Yeah, I think one thing that's interesting is MMORPGs aren't really MMORPGs anymore. They're just MMOs. They're just massively multiplayer online games. They kind of have gotten rid of the whole RPG, you know. Like, you know, the whole role-playing part. I mean, people don't really role-play in MMOs as much anymore, and the stories aren't really, you know, they still have, like, stories, but a lot of people don't even read. I mean, I'm one of them. I don't even read all the quests and all the text and always pay attention to everything, unless it's, like, really interesting. And sometimes it is really interesting, you know. Well, yeah, I mean, I think Classic's not, it does, Classic, I played in the Classic beta, and it definitely looks better than this, but not, you know, I mean, there's definitely some better shading and stuff like that. Some of the textures, I think, looked a little better, but more is just around lighting and shading and shadows were better. I think the textures were probably pretty much the same. There's less, you know, less glitches and bugs in the Classic beta that I played, as compared to these, you know, private vanilla servers. And I certainly want the difficulty to be put back in the game. That's why I'm looking so much forward to Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, because that's going to be, should be, if there's, it's going to be what they say it's going to be. It'll be, you know, it'll be more challenging and more difficult. Yeah, I think it was kind of smooth, but it was weird. It was weird, Kang. Like, it felt a little smoother to me, but it was like the rotation of the screen was almost like too fast. I definitely had to adjust my mouse sensitivity and my DPI and stuff a little bit to get it just the way I want it, but in general, yeah, it is very smooth. Woohoo! Level 18. Alright, 2 more levels to go. Okay. Let me go ahead and this is complete. Get rid of that. Okay, what do we need? So we still need, well, we don't have a Bang & Olufsen. We don't have this one done. This one, assessing the threat. 1, 2, 3. I only have 3 quests tracked there, so somewhere in here we got something else turned on. No. Alright, we want assessing the threat. There we go. So we need just 2 mongrels. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, no, it was like, what I'm saying, Kang, is like in here the rotation seems smooth. Like when I'm turning turning the screen, but in the Classic beta, if I did this, it would move faster, so I had to make some adjustments. And also I had problems turning mobs. Like if I go up to this spider, I'll show you what I mean. If I go up the spider and I start hitting him, right, and I'm hitting him, I could easily just run around him and face him the other direction, right? See, it's very easy. I turn, the mob turns. In the Classic beta, if I turned, the mob wouldn't turn to face me. He would, like, it's hard to explain without showing you. It was difficult to turn him. Like, it was like I was moving and he would move the other direction to keep me from turning him or something. But if you look at you can go look at some, because I've got some videos that I've uploaded of me playing the beta, and you can either look at those or just wait until Classic starts. But then you'll know what I mean, though. It's actually very difficult to run around mobs and get them to face the direction I wanted, so that they would run, not turn around and run away in fear and aggro other mobs, you know. And so that was one thing that was really difficult. Oh, none of your friends have any interest? Dude, don't worry about it, man. Come jump in my guild. There'll be a lot of people. It'll be fun, dude. There'll be a lot of people playing, so don't even worry about it. You need to make new friends, man. Just make new friends. Well, that wasn't too bad, 128. Okay, you know, now after we've put that at the point, so now we're up to 12% improved damage on Seal of Righteousness. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let me turn the music down just a little. Or maybe not. Okay, mongrel. This should finish out my mongrels. See how it's easy for me just to turn this mob wherever I want them. You know, when I'm beating on this mob, right? So if I grab this mob, this poacher, right? When he gets low enough in health, he's going to turn around and run. He's going to do a 180 and run away from me. So if I was facing this way, I wouldn't want him to do a 180 run, because he's going to run right into that camp behind him and aggro all those guys. So I'm going to turn him to get him to run the direction I want him to go. Now, another thing in Classic, you see how he turned around and went that direction? The other thing is in Classic, they don't always turn around and they don't always run 180. They'll, like, a lot of times I'd be facing, like I was facing this rabbit, and when this rabbit got scared and would run away from me, he would run straight to his right, so, which is to my left. And so that caused a little bit of problems. It was weird. Trying to get mobs to face the way I wanted was a lot more challenging in the Classic. Yeah, and yeah, you're right, Justin. The modern, the Classic is not, this is a different game engine. They've done a great job. I mean, it looks like this, but it's not the same. I mean, I'm not sure how they've migrated, but I've played the original game so much, and I've played these vanilla servers so much that I kind of know how the game feels when I move. Even just like I'm auto running and I zoom in and I just turn like this. I mean, I know how the game feels. And when I get into the Classic beta, and when I was in the Classic beta, it just doesn't feel the same. You know, a lot of people are saying it's smoother, and I'm like, yes, it is smoother, but almost too smooth. I know it's hard. I know it's a weird thing to say, but it almost felt like it was so smooth that it, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But the turning part of it was definitely more challenging. I will say that the mobs, there were certain mobs that pathed a lot further in the Classic than they did in the vanilla client. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to get out here. I'm done with this. So what other quests do I have? Okay, so the Crystal Spider Maze. Let's take care of that. Yeah, the front shredding, yeah, for sure. You get on your Feral Druid and do the front shredding. I'm kind of glad that's not a thing, you know, that's not a thing, going to be a thing so much. You know, or the sit to proc crits, right? Although I don't have it bound right now. What is my S key? Here. But like, yeah, I mean, on these private servers, people would sit down and it would always proc a crit. And they would use that to proc certain abilities and proc reckoning and whatever, you know. Or like see how there's two nodes here? Well, I know for a fact one of them is inside the tree, and it looks like both of them are. So there's, well, this one I can get. There's 2 nodes here. One of them I have access to, but one is inside the tree. That happens a lot on these private servers. But on the classic, when I went to the same areas where these nodes were, they were spawning correctly outside of objects. So they weren't, I wasn't seeing those types of problems, which was nice. Yeah, see, you were just, yeah, I wasn't looking at the stream. Yeah, sit procking for sure. I'm glad they're fixing this stuff. I don't want that stuff in the game. You know, I think it's a bad mechanic. I think it feels awkward having to sit to proc that stuff. And I certainly know front shredding also is bad for PvP purposes. You know, because you basically have a mechanic that they're basically it's an exploit. You're exploiting the system. I don't really like it. So. Where are these? Let's see if we go. Spiders. These guys do not want to drop their crisp spider meat. It's got a whole 57 seconds. Sure. What else we got going on here? I must have got a second win because I was definitely falling asleep earlier, guys. But I am going to jump off because I do have to work tomorrow, so it's already like... it is 1:17 a.m., so I was just trying to hopefully get the rest of this spider meat. Huh. Well, we do have quite a few quests to turn in right here. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that when Classic comes out on the 26th, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a lot of people playing it. And I've talked to quite a few people lately who have never played Vanilla WoW at all, and it's going to be their first time, or you know, and that's awesome because I've never, in all the time that I played on private vanilla servers, and it's been about almost 3 years now. And I've run a guild on every single one, pretty much every single server I played on. And I have yet to come across a person who came to the private server who told me, hey, this is the first time I'm ever playing Vanilla WoW. I've yet to come across one of those people that said, oh, I don't like this, or I don't like this as much as retail. To a man or girl, every single one in that scenario has been like, this is so much better than the retail game. Which is pretty, it's pretty cool, leather, sell price 4, silver. How bad is prot? Hey, John. How better is prot leveling over ret? Well, it's not. It's not faster. Ret's definitely going to be faster, unless you really can find yourself some really good places to AOE level, and there are some really good ones, and just really be good at it. You have to be really good at it, which it's not easy. And you have to, if you set your talents up right and set your gear up right, and get your scrolls, get your potions, whatever, get all the kind of consumables and pots, and you can definitely AOE level pretty quick. But you're never going to be able to out level someone who knows the quest chains. All the quests is just basically flying through the quest one after the other. They're like, go here, do this. They've got it all plotted out. You're not going to out level that Retribution doing it that way. And Classic is way more substantial than Retail. It's everything in Classic has, like, the gear and even white items. I mean, everything in your bags a lot of times has meaning, and it's pretty useful. Like, when I look at my bag here, that's why it's hard to empty stuff out of my bag, because, like, this is a quest item, this is a quest item, these are great. I mean, I'm using these explosives to help me save my life on the quest item. Loot, this is, I need first aid, because first aid's important in Classic, because you take a lot of damage, right? Food buffs, Gore-Tex Leopard recipe, again, food buffs and stuff are very important. Let's go ahead and give me someone I can sell stuff to here. Yeah, what's this? Fin soup. Let's get rid of that one. We got the fish liver oil. The oil of Olaf. Increase the armor by 50. Yeah, I mean, I think that protection leveling is a lot more fun. AoE leveling is a lot more fun. But retail WoW is just kind of a joke. I mean, it's like they were showing, like, it was that one guy who has it was Bellular Gaming. He was showing a video where they just released, like, one of the most recent patches, like, a couple weeks ago. And in the background of his video was a character going through this quest, like level whatever they are now. And in the quest, I was watching this character fighting, like, these mobs, and it all looked great. The mobs were, the animations, the particle effects, everything looked fantastic. But I was watching the character's health as he was going through and killing all these things, and it never got below, like, 96%. Like, that's ridiculous. It didn't even get below 96%, and the mob was his level. I'm like, that's just, like, what's the point? There's no challenge there. And they have you do, like, these stupid daily quests over and over again. It's just dumb. I mean, the thing with MMOs, and it's always been this way, is with difficulty, comes enjoyment. Like, the higher level of difficulty, the greater the satisfaction of that you can succeed. Like, if I'm going to law school to get a law degree, right? It's not easy. So when I get my law degree, I'm going to be really happy because it was hard. If I went to school to get a degree to go outside and pick trash up off the ground, man, I probably wouldn't be so excited about that, because it's not very difficult to go out and pick trash up off the ground. So, the more difficult it is to do something, the more enjoyment you have once you've actually done it. And it's a simple formula, but Blizzard has completely gotten away from that and turned it into a game that caters to millennials and people that just want everything handed to them. It's not an MMO anymore. It's a fucking mount collection game, How many mounts am I going to get if I today, It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, let's take a look at... We still need the brutes and the iron pikes and whatnot. We're still about 4 levels away before we can farm probably the Rethban ore cave. Let's take a look. We only have one quest right now. Over at Defias Brotherhood. Let's go ahead and I still haven't set that as my hearth. So let's fly back to Westfall, turn that quest in, and let's set Sentinel Hill as my home hearth. Yeah, no, cool. Yeah, Justin, good stuff, man. Yeah, no, I'll definitely be in Classic, and as soon as I get into Reserve My Names on the 13th, I think it's the 13th, August 13th, I will I'll probably put up a video that talks about what server I'm going to play on, or what server I've put my characters on. definitely be creating a guild there, and I'll be putting out a Discord invite if anybody wants to come to my Discord channel. You feel free. I've got a couple different Discord channels. One for the Guild, the Knights of Faith, but I'll probably just using the new one. I may just retire that old Discord channel because people aren't using it as much anymore. What am I doing? Who am I? Where am I? Let's fly back to Westfall. That was so nice of Kang to give me that gold, man, so I could respec. And actually, I'm not doing too bad. If you look at my slash played, I mean, I'm level 18 in 16 hours. I mean, it's not, obviously that's not like super blindingly fast leveling, but it's not slow leveling. And we haven't even reached a day yet, and I'm 18. So if you can get to level 60 in like 4 days, it's pretty good. That's very good, actually. I mean, I would be happy to get to level 60 on this character in, you know, in like maybe 7 days of playing time or something, or 8 days. But you're never going to see, like, a lot of people, they level and they have these great slash play. It's because they're not doing anything else. They're not working on a profession. They're not helping friends out. They just know the path they're taking, and it's like, do this quest, go here, do this quest, go here, do this quest. And they don't do anything else. They don't stop to chill, and if they're not leveling, they log out of the game. Like, whereas I might walk away and leave my character logged in for a while and do some crafting, and so that bloats the time quite a bit when you do that. But okay, we're back in Westfall. So let's turn this quest in real quick. Parkour! Alright. Messenger. Alright. So that's not too bad. I think I was level 16 when I got on. And I hit 17 and 18, so that's not bad. Pretty sure I was 16. Let me take a look. If I go to the guild, because I was leveling with Seneva, and he was higher level than me, and he's 16, so that's good. That's it, guys. I'm gonna log off, get to bed, because I gotta work tomorrow. I hope you guys all have a great night. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again real soon to do some more just Protection Paladin AoE leveling, and just playing around and biding our time until Classic WoW comes out on August 26th. Yeah, have a good night, John. Good night, everybody. Good night, Kang. Good night, Eat Me, Beat Me Lady. No, that was from a movie, wasn't it? Yeah, pump up the volume. But good night, everybody. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.